What's up, everybody? First, sorry for the echo, poor lighting. I got a wireless lapel mic for my camera and it does not sound good. It sounds worse than this. I know, it's wild. We're just gonna have to roll with it. I didn't want to be inside doing this, but with the echo and the lighting, we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it because we're just looking at a quick look at what molds I have got my hands on, what I have been enjoying, not enjoying, and we're gonna go through that. Why am I inside? Well, Northwest Florida decided to join everybody else in the country in winter. We decided that you guys were having so much fun, we wanted about 10 inches of snow here. Yes, actually accumulated. I know I measured 8 or 9 inches in my front yard. It's pretty crazy. This is day 2. The snow is melting pretty rapidly. It's above freezing, but it'll drop back into the teens tonight and just turn into a nice icy slush fest overnight. So don't look forward to that tomorrow. I am snowed in technically. The roads are officially closed at the moment. We don't have snow plows or salt trucks running around, any of that stuff. So we're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna get this video out. If you guys haven't gone over to Gabe's channel, I'll leave a link in the description. He's already kind of gone on about what some of the discs that he is like throwing so far, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do with this. These are just discs that him and I have acquired through buying, selling, trading, other plastic stock, and in preps of going to Prodigy, and we're just gonna roll with it. So there we go. In no particular order. Actually, we're gonna start with the first disc I grabbed. I went to Flight Factory, and it's just over in Pensacola. Ryan Van, Big Mike, all the guys over there. Great. You guys know. You guys see them all over coverage. You guys check out their website. They have a billion discs. They have a used bin, and that's the first place I went. And I found this amazing, I believe 2021 300 soft A2. This guy is beat up almost to perfection already. And actually, it's pretty much beat to perfection already. Those of you that have been longtime viewers know that I have a soft spot for old, beat up, somewhat yellow discs, and I tend to lean on them a lot because I can shot shape with it. This one is right there with it. It does the straight flight, and then when it slows down, it turns into an A2. But for the most part, I can just punch it almost 300 dead straight, and then it dies into an A2. So, a little $6.99 at Flight Factory disc used bin. That was my first disc acquired, and I have been enjoying it a lot. However, I don't know if I'm going to be throwing it a lot anymore because my buddy David hooks me up with a 400 series. I'm trying to cover phone numbers from the disc, and a 300 soft A5. These guys fly just like that beat up A2, but they're stock. You don't have to go hunt down some special disc on a special run, and you get the same flight that I was getting out of that A2. So these feel amazing. The A5s I've been working on both forehand and sidearm. Gabe loves the sidearm on them. I think he has a 500 Spectrum or a 750 Spectrum that's a little more stable than these particular ones, but point shoot and with just a little bit of stability on it, not a ton. Very surprising. I never thrown this before, and I can already tell you that I enjoy both the 400 and the 300. This is definitely going to be a woods disc for me, or anytime I want to throw up for a soft landing. So A5s, definitely a win. Sticking with the A series, I thought I was going to go A2. To be honest with you, I have experience with the A2, but especially this 500 plastic A3, it feels, I don't remember throwing A3s before, but it feels so good in the hand on both backhand and sidearm. And it has that predictable fade. I have already been using it to throw with, almost as hard as I can, 80, 70, 90%, somewhere in that range, and trusting it that it's going to go out. and still fade. So A3 currently is my overstable A series disc in the bag. I'm debating on getting an A2 just to have a beefcake, but this guy's kind of been doing it, and I think I already have other slots in the bag that will fill that A2 type shot. I think, not sure. Putters. My favorite disc so far in the lineup that I have access to thus far is the PA5. This particular one is a Glimmer Glow 400 series PA5, and it is hyzer, slow flip, and then drifts all the way down to the ground. When I first thought of PA5, honestly I thought it was gonna just turn and burn, but this is the seasoned putter right out of the box. And the current courses that we have upcoming tournaments to are really tight technical wooded courses, and this guy already proved its worth and shined amazing. My only concern is, what is it going to do in 2 or 3 months? Is it going to turn into that dump and cut roll, because it's kind of understable? I look forward to seeing how that works out. I think in this particular Glimmer Glow, I'm hoping, and I know it has just a little more stability than Gabe's first run 400 series, so I'm hoping I can keep the life of this going a little bit longer with it being a Glimmer Glow. But I don't know, maybe it'll just stay like this for a very long time. This is part of the journey of learning the new plastic. But PA5 is hands down my favorite disc thus far, and based on what I've seen on other channels, reviews, even Prodigy's news feed, it's pretty popular amongst all you guys as well. So I'm happy to join that. My main throwing putter is currently the PX3. First, it's absolutely just gorgeous. This 500 series plastic is firm. It is very firm, but this PX3 lives up to that overstable 3402.5. This thing is pretty beefcake for putter. I was actually surprised how much stability it had in it, and that means the longevity of the disc is going to be amazing because of the stability of the disc. And somebody who throws, if I can throw a putter, I'm throwing a putter. Anywhere from 330 and in, if I can throw a putter, I'm probably going to throw a putter. And having something that's borderline too stable is going to be amazing in a month, 2 months, 3 months, because it's going to start beating in to where it starts to be more and more workable, and then I could cycle a new one in to keep the overstable slot. So PX3, super stable, dependable workhorse putter. Currently putting with the Ezra Robinson. English is hard. PA3s. These are in the 300 firm glow plastic. I picked these up from Flight Factory, and PA3. You guys know what a PA3 is. They feel really good. These are just the first, to be honest, the first two that looked and felt amazing when I walked in the store. I was like, those are mine. Am I going to stick with PA3s? I'm not 100% on that. Gabe has been doing work with PA2s, which I never thought about putting with the PA2s, but the work he's been putting on them makes me want to go give them a try too. But currently, I like the PA3s. The biggest thing that I am finding, the biggest struggle with them I'm finding is, compared to what I used to putt with, they do have a little more fade at the end of the flight towards the basket, especially if you start getting around that 30, 40, 50 foot mark, where I normally can get to go really straight without any anhyzer. These, if you let them go straight, they tend to turn off, fade off before the basket. So I'm getting used to that with these. I don't know if it's just because they are the 300 firm glow. If you guys could, in the comments, let me know how much of a difference in Prodigy's lineup does the glow add to the stability of the disc. Have you guys noticed that it becomes more stable? I know typically most manufacturers it does become more stable, but let me know. So that's the putters. that is the A series. The only other two discs that I absolutely, well, there's four actually, five. The Archive. The 500 series Archive is a surprising disc. When I first threw it, I was like, too stable, not what I was looking for. Then I started throwing it more and more and more, and I started throwing it hard. And that's where this thing really shines. When you throw this thing hard, the glide is ridiculous. I did not expect to have that much glide in something that, if you throw it slow, can be pretty stable. I'm actually want to test out different plastic versions of this to see if the stability, if I can get a sweet spot on the stability. But currently, this guy is a workhorse. You throw it hard and it goes far. I'm really liking the Archive. MX1. MX1 is that dependable, overstable mid-range. It is board flat. It does pretty good flares, English. It feels great on the sidearm, and that's definitely a staple in the bag. Pretty simple 500 series MX1. Mid-range, fairways. Sort of fairways. I do have an old 500G, 400G F5. I like it, but what I like more, to be honest with you, I wasn't prepared, even though I'm the one doing the video. Where is it at? FX4. FX4 is go-to hyzer flip disc. It actually feels really good on the sidearm too, but go-to hyzer flip. I don't know how far. For a 9-speed, it goes pretty far. I don't know what the limits are to it yet. Like I said, the courses we've been playing are pretty technical, and we happen to be playing a little bit shorter tees than normal due to the recent events, recent club events. So I'm looking forward to stretching this out, like maybe going over to Mobile or playing some longer tees here locally and really giving this full throws. But so far, what I've seen with it is on a sidearm, it'll flip up and hold, give me some drift, and a very gentle straight. And on the backhand, I can get that nice hyzer flip straight, maybe a little turn, but it does come back at the end. FX4 has been amazing, but old beat up H3V2. This has been my favorite driver of sorts. It goes forever. It is fast but feels slow and accurate, if that makes any sense. And the hyzer flips I can get out of this is absolutely amazing to carve up the woods. As a bonus, it feels great on a sidearm. It feels natural on a sidearm. It feels like it wants to be on a sidearm. And I'm getting actually really good 3 to 330 distance on this just off of the week that I've been throwing so far. So H3V2, I'm going to experiment with other plastics and definitely more of those. And then, of course, the staple that's in, I think, every Prodigy bag is the FX2. Workhorse, throw it hard. It's not going to really turn on you. It's going to stay straight and then have a predictable fade. Gabe loves sidearming these. It's something I have not done much with it yet, and I want to try it more. I tend to be more understable sidearms. And he does too, but I guess he's just stronger than me. And he can get some really good flexes out of his FX2. So I want to throw this more on a sidearm. What is the go-to plastic for these guys? What are you guys liking for the go-to plastic on the FX2s? I'm not going to get into a whole bunch more right now. I do have a couple of beautiful D2s. Same Tomet. You guys know I struggle with English and it's horrible. Anyways, Thomas Gilbert D2s. These guys are brand new and they are stable, very stable D2s. 171 and 173 in the 500G plastic, and they just go. They go. Seriously, they go. But they're stable. They're a little more stable than I'm looking for as far as my max distance. But I can already tell you these guys are going to be staples in the bag, and I'm glad I got a backup of them. But yeah, guys, that's just a quick look. 15 minutes. I didn't want this to go on too long, but I did want to get it out there just to kind of show you what paths I have gone down so far. And I really want you guys' comments and suggestions in there about what I should try. What mold did I not mention that you're like, what are you doing, Rob? You need to try this. Let me know in the comment section, and I look forward to actually getting some footage and some throws with this plastic on film. I'm hoping this weekend, which means I'll get the video out next week. So we'll see. As always, guys, you ain't got to be the best person or the best thrower or the best disc golfer today. Just work on being better than yesterday. Later, guys.